All right. So here's what we got to do. This didn't work yesterday, so now we got to pull this up and check if the sound's working. It says waiting. I'm here. This is where we don't know if we're broadcasting live. You're probably on the internet already, but
Me?
yeah, it's not pulling up. Come on. Gotta test our audio. Doesn't look like it's working. Let's retry. Pull it back open. Click. Look at that. Look at that. The audio's working. All right. We're going. Cool. All right, folks. So I tried this yesterday, like normal, on my normal little Thursday time here. And the sound didn't work. Didn't find that out until afterwards. So we scrapped it. We're starting over. And today, I'm not alone. Asher, you want to introduce yourself? You say hello? Hello?
I don't want to do this.
Oh, this is my son, Asher. Apparently, he's a little shy of the microphone. Tomorrow's a very special day. What's tomorrow, Ash?
My birthday.
Your birthday? And how old?
9.
And what's the date tomorrow?
March 9th.
So what does that mean?
My birthday's on March 9th.
Yes, but that makes it a special
Golden birthday.
golden one. Asher's golden birthday's tomorrow. Yeah, dude. Look at this. We're getting interrupted too. You want to come be on a podcast? Yeah. Just my weekly thing. I did it yesterday, but the sound didn't work, so I'm doing it again. Okay, I'll see you in a little bit. All right. Enough with the interruptions. So, tomorrow's Asher's birthday. He's hanging out with me today. We're going to try this again. So, back to our regularly scheduled programming here. So, Ash, what I do every week is I talk through our principles of health. You know our principles of health, right? Kind of. Yeah, I think you know this one. So, the principle this week has been the human body needs to be physically challenged in order to survive and thrive. Do you know?
I was here yesterday.
You were here yesterday, so you heard that one. Do you know what it means?
Not really.
You don't know what it means?
Well,
You can take a guess. What's your best guess?
I don't know.
You know those. Okay, so the what are the two most important words in that statement? Do you know?
Probably not.
Okay, so we're going to look at the two words physically and challenged.
Those are in a lot of them.
No. All the other words are in all of them. The human body needs in order to survive and thrive. Those are the words that are in all of them.
Yeah.
But physically challenged, that's the one that we're specifically talking about this week. Okay, so what does physically mean?
Physically means like
You can talk loud.
I know.
Yeah, you don't have to be quiet. Here, what if I turn it down in your ears? Maybe you'll talk louder. Okay, what does physically mean?
Physically means like, how do I explain it? I don't know.
Like this?
What?
So what is physical is what we're actually made of, right?
Yeah.
Right? Versus like if I oh man, this is okay. I put you on the spot and this is actually really hard. Versus something that is maybe just in your brain, right? Those things aren't physical.
Yeah.
Right? But your body is physical.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we have physically mapped out. What about challenge?
Challenge means like if you're challenged to do something, you have to like try hard to do it.
Okay, you have to work hard to do it.
Yeah.
So then would it mean that we need to do hard things with our body?
Yes.
All right, so there we go. There's our working definition of being physically challenged. So the first question I asked this week was, if people knew the difference between pain and discomfort. Do you have any idea what the difference between those two words is?
Wait,
Pain? Pain is...
Yeah.
What?
pain is like if you're hurt, basically you feel pain.
Okay, yeah. And then what about discomfort?
Discomfort means like if you're like not comfortable with something.
Okay, yeah, that's a fair way to say it, right? So dis being the... Oh, you're going to need to school me on the parts of the word. Is that a prefix?
What?
So the dis in discomfort, you call that a prefix?
What do you mean?
Maybe you haven't gotten to that part in your grammar lessons. So comfort, like you said, when something's not comfortable, you said that was a part of the definition of discomfort, right? And dis meaning not, right? So which one do you think we're meaning when we say physically challenged?
Probably actually
If you said pain is when you get hurt.
discomfort.
Okay, right. And discomfort is just when you're uncomfortable,
Yeah.
right? Is being uncomfortable good sometimes?
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of what we're saying, right? So pain is... Have you ever gotten hurt?
Yes.
Tell me a story about a time you got hurt.
I was jumping on rowers and I fell and hurt my jaw.
Okay. That was a big one, right? So not what the rower is intended for, and we could talk about that separately, but he was jumping over the rowers and he slipped and fell and smacked him right in the face, right? And so you had some pain associated with that. Gums are pulling away from his teeth, and had to eat soft foods for a few days, right? And then I'm sure your mouth hurt and it didn't move very well, right? So that's a great example of pain, right? And so if you did something like got in an even bigger accident, like a car accident or something, and you busted your arm up, right? And then there's pain associated with that healing. That's what we mean by pain, right?
Yeah.
Or you tear a muscle or something,
Yeah.
and it's got to rebuild.
Mm-hmm.
Pain, okay? Now, discomfort, that's something different, right?
Yes.
So when I ask you to go out here and run as fast as you can from one spot to another spot, how does that feel?
Discomfortable. Like
Uncomfortable. That's right.
uncomfortable.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So,
I
but
tried to use the...
that's all right. That's all right. It's just a different form of the word.
Yeah.
So is that... Did you do what you were supposed to be doing, though?
Yes.
Right. And that feeling is associated. It happens when you do that thing, when you run as hard as you can, right?
Yeah.
So is it safe to say that that's supposed to happen?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. So when we work as hard as we can, it's going to be uncomfortable. But how do you get better?
By doing it more?
By doing it more, right? It's really simple. And so we have to understand that doing things that are going to be uncomfortable, that's really the goal. That's really what we're trying to do. When we come to the gym, are the things we do inside of the gym, are those easier or harder than things you do around the house?
Harder.
Way harder, right?
Yeah.
And that's the point. That's why we're here, doing hard things.
Yeah.
Right. There we go. So, I've got two questions that I asked yesterday and today. One being, how can you tell if you are challenging yourself enough? And the other is, how can you tell if you're challenging yourself too much?
If you're challenging yourself too much, you can really feel it. But
Okay.
if you're challenging yourself just enough, it doesn't really like.
Okay, so if you're saying if you come into the gym and you always feel good and you never feel like it's that hard, you're probably not challenging yourself enough.
Yes.
Yeah. So like I know that you can jump on a pretty high box out there,
Yeah.
right? But if you always went and grabbed the shortest box and jumped over that a bunch of times and it was pretty easy,
Yeah.
would you be challenging yourself?
No.
No, right? And so that's one good way that we can tell if we are challenging ourselves is it actually hard, right? Is it actually a little bit scary? Is it scary when you step up to the tall box?
Kind of.
Kind of scary, right? And so certainly one way. And I would say let's ask this question. If you were to be trying to get better and jump to a taller box, and you came in and you every day tried to stack one more plate on top of it, and then the next day, you stacked 2 plates on top of it, and the next day you came in and you stacked 3 plates on top of it. Does that sound like a way to keep getting a little bit better?
Yes.
Right. And could you keep track of how many plates you had on yesterday and how many plates you put on today and how many plates you're going to put on tomorrow? You could keep track of those numbers?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so those numbers are a way that we can tell if we are challenging ourselves. Are we getting better, right? Are we able to do more? Are we able to put more weight on the bar? Are we able to run faster, right? Are we able to finish workouts faster? And if those numbers aren't changing, we know that, hey, maybe we're not actually challenging ourselves.
Yeah. Just like try to work harder if you don't feel anything.
That's right. That's right. So, what do you think might happen if you try too hard?
You'll get hurt.
You might get hurt. Yep. What else?
Or you'll like.
So let's keep with the box example. If you try to jump to a box that is too high, what's going to happen?
You'll jump onto your shin.
You'll hit your shins and it's going to hurt. Have you ever done that?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. If you try to do something more than what you're capable of, there is certainly a risk of getting hurt there, right? But there's this other thing that happens where sometimes people work out too hard or maybe even too often.
Yeah.
And then they come in the next day and they're really sore. Their body doesn't feel good. And then they can't even do things that they know they're capable of, right? So if you were able to... that's loud. If you were able to jump to a tall box last week, but then yesterday you did the Murph.
Yeah.
And then you came in today and you weren't able to jump on that same box that you did last week.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably because your body's not done healing and recovering from the workout you did yesterday.
Yeah.
Right? And so that's something that can happen if we do that repeatedly, over and over again. When we see that actually we're getting worse and not better, sometimes that's a sign of, hey, we're doing too much. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. So, we talked about the CrossFit Games Open, right?
Yeah.
Didn't you remember who won the workout?
Colton.
Colton won the workout, right? So that workout that we did last week, the snatches and the burpees, did you see any of that?
Yeah, I did like some of it.
One day?
Yeah.
Did you see somebody else doing it?
Yes.
Who?
Tony. Like I can't.
Oh, that's right.
Tournament.
That's right. We did come on Saturday and you saw Tony and a couple of those other guys doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that workout, right?
Yeah.
So that was our really challenging workout last week.
Yeah.
And so now, since we're doing this on Friday, we already know what the one is for this week. It's rowing and it's deadlifts and it's jump ropes. Does that sound like something you could do?
Yeah.
Do you want to come wake up stupid early tomorrow and do it with me?
Probably.
We'll see. We got a long day of birthday party stuff tomorrow, so I don't know if it's a good idea for you to come super early. We'll see. But like I was saying last week, we kind of taper the week intentionally with that in view, right? So on Monday, we did some heavy squatting. We got outside and ran because it was super nice out. Do you remember how nice it was on Monday?
Yeah.
Were you here to run? Yeah, mom did that one.
Yeah, and Quinn and I just ran back and forth.
Good. Then on Tuesday, we did some heavy cleans and some pretty high volume pull-ups. But then that was kind of the biggest challenge for the week. So rest Wednesday, and then I mentioned this yesterday. This is kind of weird doing this twice in a row here. But I mentioned yesterday that I was actually feeling really good and feeling strong coming into yesterday. So going back to this idea of, hey, how do we know when we're doing too much or doing enough? How you feel coming in and how certain weights move and paces you're able to keep, that really is a good indicator to say, like, hey, we're on the right track, or hey, we're doing too much, or that sort of thing. And so yesterday was a good sign. I just felt good, felt powerful, felt quick. And that's a really good sign. So yesterday and today, though, we really did some workouts that aren't going to leave you really trashed. But I will say, this is another interesting point that we're going to be able to get to because we're doing this on Friday instead of Thursday. I did change the workout for today, already knowing what Saturday was going to be. So the workout for Friday, I had in there a less fatiguing movement combination than what I ended up changing it to. So because I can see we've got some rowing, we've got some deadlifts, and we've got some jump rope, the movement pattern that is most strong there is the hip hinge. You know what a hip hinge is?
Kind of. Yeah.
Which one of those movements is the hinge?
Like.
Do you remember? You it looks like you're trying to show it. So when you deadlift,
Yeah.
and you move, where do you move when you deadlift?
Like.
What's the main joint that moves when you deadlift? Is it your back?
No.
No. Is it your hips?
Yes.
Yes. So there's a lot of hip hinging here. And the row and the deadlift are kind of both hinge pattern movements. And so there's not really much any upper body fatigue that's going to be happening on that workout tomorrow. And especially no pressing. So what I did for today, we were already doing some heavy, strict pressing overhead. Well, I also added in some handstand push-ups into the conditioning piece because I knew that really wasn't going to affect the workout for tomorrow. So we were able to get a decent training day in today and not need to worry about fatigue going into tomorrow. So that was a good thing, an advantage of kind of knowing what we're doing and knowing how to structure those workouts. So the other thing, do you know about this this men's group that I'm doing, Asher?
I might know about it.
What do you know about it?
I said I might know about it.
Oh, so in other words, no.
Probably not.
Okay. So I've got a group of guys who basically said, hey, we want to do better at
Oh yeah, I know about this.
taking care of our bodies. You do know about this?
Yeah, you told me about it. Like,
What did I say?
wasn't it like when we went to go help your friend with his old gym? You told me about like.
Help my friend with his old gym. Oh, yeah, maybe. What did I tell you?
You just told me you were doing like this. He was in.
Oh, he's doing the open workouts.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, so this is different. It's going on at the same time, which might be confusing. I've got so many text message groups on my phone, and both of those are happening right now, so I get a lot of those messages. Probably got some right now. There it is. No, so
Yeah.
it's a different group. These group of guys are saying, hey, we want to take good care of our bodies, right? And Asher, who created your body?
God.
That's right. And is your body something that you get to decide to do whatever you want with?
No.
No, right? We need to take care of them as a gift from the Creator who gave it to us, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So I know that you're going to be getting gifts tomorrow for your birthday, right? And are you going to take care of them?
Yes.
Good answer, right? That's the appropriate thing to do with a gift, right? To steward it well. So if you get a gift tomorrow, is it going to be a good idea to be like Sid
No.
and destroy it for fun?
No.
No, right? So, like, if I got you a baseball bat, I didn't get you a baseball bat, but if I got you a baseball bat, it would be a better idea to use that to become a better hitter, right? That sounds like a good use of a new baseball bat.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a better idea than hitting your sisters, right?
Yeah.
So now we're also back into that idea of using something for what it is for, right? But it's also a way to honor the thing, honor the giver of that gift, and to use that thing to do what it's made for and use it to the best of its ability, right?
Yeah.
So the same is true with your body, right?
Yeah.
So, Asher, who is stronger, you or your sisters?
Me.
That's right. It's true, right? And so when you look at all of the people who come into the gym, are the strongest ones the boys or the girls?
The boys.
Boys, right? And so what does that tell us about the way that God created boys and girls?
Boys are stronger than girls.
Right. Okay. So if that's true, do you think we should do things to make sure that we stay strong?
Yes.
Right. That is in alignment with the way that God has gifted you as a boy. Right? So we should do those things and take care of our bodies and, gosh darn it, be strong. Right? So working out is one way we stay strong, right? Do you have any ideas of other ways that we stay strong?
By like eating healthy,
Eating good food.
not
That's a good one. Any other ideas?
not doing like not doing bad things basically.
Okay, not doing bad things. Do you have an example of a bad thing?
Like
I agree with you.
probably not for this reason.
It's okay. It might be.
Like if so the way you're talking about it is you're saying is describe a bad thing
Mm-hmm.
that isn't good for your body.
Sure.
And
Or things that make you weak.
yeah. Like here, if we how about if we say we're gonna go to the gym one day and you just never show up there again, you won't keep getting stronger. You'll get weaker.
So I think there are multiple reasons why what you just said is weak. So for one, we know that physically, if you don't show up and do the hard work, like we've already been saying,
Yeah.
you're not going to get stronger.
Mm-hmm.
But what you also said is that you made a commitment. You said you were going to do something,
Yes.
and you didn't do it.
Yeah.
That's also a sign of weakness,
Mm-hmm.
right? When you say you're going to do something and you don't do it, first of all, you're a liar,
Yeah.
right? That's not good for you, right? And you didn't keep your word,
Yeah.
right? So those are also forms of weakness, by all means, right?
Mm-hmm.
So don't do bad stuff.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. All right. Well, I've got a group of those guys, so that's happening tomorrow morning at 5 a.m., right? So that's an hour before the normal super early 6 a.m. class on Saturdays.
6 isn't that early?
Okay, well, 5 o'clock is when that starts, and I got to be here before everybody else, so my alarm is going off at 4:15. You think you want to do that?
Maybe. I went to the Murph with you at 4:15 once.
And then we're going to be up late because we're going to the hockey game tomorrow night.
Yeah.
You think you can make it through the whole day without being fussy because you're tired?
Maybe.
Because being fussy is weak too.
Yeah.
You think you can do it?
Probably.
Okay, we'll see. All right, well. Other gentlemen, if you want to be as tough as Asher and you want to show up here to learn about how we believe it is a biblical requirement for you as a man to be physically capable, but to know what you're doing when we say, hey, take care of your body, right? So, dang, man, we talked for a long time. This is like 10 minutes longer than what I did yesterday. Guess that's what happens. You ever heard the saying, time flies when you're having fun?
Yeah.
You have heard that?
Yeah.
I guess it's true. All right, folks. We will